usually we don't have like a da-da-da-da. Hi, I'm Holly Hutton here with Huntergirl.
Hello.
Hello. We never really do that. We just start usually talking. We've been talking before.
Yeah.
Before you've started watching this. We've having a lot of conversations, hitting on a lot of things. But one thing that I don't know about you, I went searching for this.
Yeah.
Why Huntergirl and not just a lot of times people when they do like a different name, because your last name is what?
It's Wakanowski. It's 11 letters. Kindergarten was awful for me.
Is it Polish or
It's
what's
Polish.
Okay,
yes.
so I'm Polish too.
Oh my
side
gosh.
of the family is Zabosian.
Oh.
Does your family have a way that when you spell the name, do they have like a special way that they spell it for people?
Well, they always, whenever we're trying to get people to pronounce, it'll be like walking out. Like you're walking outski.
Okay.
Wakanowski.
Wakanowski.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
The way that my whole family, they'd always go like Z like zebra, B like boy. Like it was like a whole thing every single time.
Like, here we go. Time to spell our name.
When my mom got married, she was like, thank God. Like,
5 hours later.
that's right. But why girl and not maybe like your middle name or something like that?
Yeah. So, Wakanowski is hard. You see it and it's just very daunting.
Yeah.
But back home, nobody could pronounce my name. And the lady at the front office, whenever I was in elementary school, she was like, Hunter, the girl, Hunter girl, can you come to the office? And so it caught on, and so everybody started calling me Hunter Girl. And
for your whole life.
Yeah, my pa back home, he's like, "What's my little Hunter Girl up to?" And I was like, "I guess I'm a Hunter Girl."
That's so cute. I really like that. That's like it's a true actual nickname.
Yes,
so I was
yeah.
like, I wonder how that even
Hunter
happened.
Girl, superhero.
Yeah, but I love it because I was like, oh, that's so it's like easy to remember and it totally fits.
Aw,
and like
thank you.
all the time, you were meant to be a superstar like that from the
my
time.
gosh.
Don't you think? You have the name.
I had the name.
That teacher or the receptionist back then, she's helping you
She's
out.
like, she set me up for life.
Plus, is that taken on all social handles though? When you start trying to get Hunter Girl, because I feel like that would be a popular one. where
Yeah,
you're-
well, in the beginning, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I'm like 13, like making my Instagram
Right.
handle, and but I did Hunter Girl music, so I was like, okay, I got that
works.
one. I was like, okay, it's good.
Yeah, you're like, all right. When did you start playing music?
I started playing when I was 14. Like singing started at 3 and writing songs at 9, but like actually playing, I started playing bass first in a band. Was the first instrument
Really?
I played. I know.
What kind of band was it? Like
It was
a country?
It was like country, blues, rock.
Okay.
A little bit of everything, and then I started playing guitar like right after that, and getting to put stuff behind all the songs that I'd kind of come up with in my head.
Yeah. Do you remember the first song that you wrote?
Oh my gosh, it was terrible.
Really?
I know.
Was it?
I wrote it when I was like 9 years old, and I don't even know what I had to complain about. Like, was it like my crayons broke? Like, I'm not sure. But I do remember it. It was called Knight in Shining Armor. Ugh, grody.
But that's so cute. That's very like 9 years old.
I know. I'm like, who is it?
Oh my God, stop. It's so girly and cute.
Oh,
That's
it was
normal. That would be like normal. Oh, I'm
Looking
crying.
back, you're just like, oh, that's icky.
Oh yeah, I'm crying. By the way, I started crying earlier because I was watching the video from American Idol.
Mm-hmm.
Now I saw your back in the before your audition, which was amazing because you see
thank you.
like running around and
Yeah.
like what was that like for you? Like the favorite moment that you have from American Idol? Do you have like a favorite?
Oh my gosh,
Or like what do you? Other than the obvious, but like, what do you walk away from that experience?
Yeah, I think one of my favorite moments on the show, I think it has to be like my first audition, honestly.
Okay.
Like, I think the moment that like kind of hit me was whenever Luke was like, hey, like change the key, like raise it up higher. And it was like, I'd played Broadway in Nashville since I was 18 and like played bars and restaurants all my life. And so it was kind of that mechanical thing. I'm like, okay, yeah, I know how to do that. And so I think that moment just, I was like, oh my gosh, like playing all those shows all those years ago, like, I don't know if I could have done that if I hadn't. And so I just remember that moment and getting to see them for the first time. They're beautiful. And you're just like starstruck.
Yes.
But I think my first audition was probably my favorite part of the show.
Okay. I remember when he asked that and you're like, oh, okay. And like, you just, I don't even know anything of what he said.
Yeah.
But you did. And I was like, dude, she's got this. Like, this is amazing. And it was just.
Character development.
Wow. Like, all right. But then I started like digging deeper and I saw the video when you visited your hometown and the sticking out with the, like, what stuck out for me was with the veterans.
Yes.
And that brought tears to my eyes because it hit a little home for me. My husband is a police officer.
Aw.
And so he's got, definitely, they all have some PTSD and some
for sure.
things that they've seen, especially in our hometown of Detroit.
Yes.
And so when I saw that video, I was like, do you realize when you started doing that with them that you would get so much out of it? It seems like you've gotten.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, okay.
No, for sure. Yeah, I started working with veterans when I was like 17, and I come from a big military family. Like my grandpa, great grandpa, 6 of my great uncles, and when I first started writing with veterans, you know, I go into a room, basically what I do, and we talk about their life, anything they want to talk about, and we write a song within a few hours. And then we'll play it. We'll have like a little event, and we'll be like, okay, we're gonna play this song for everybody. Right. And a lot of times it's the first time their families have heard their story, and just getting to open up. And from that, just being in that writing room, and of course, like I'm bawling, I'm crying. It just depends on the song. You know, some of them are super happy, some of them talk about really hard topics, and you know, I just get so much out of that. And seeing a song change somebody's life, like, I'm really lucky that I get to write a song every day, and just getting to be there with somebody when they write a song for the first time and getting to tell somebody's entire story in 3 minutes is something that's extremely, you know, I'm scared to death. I'm like, oh my gosh, how do I get somebody's story in 3 minutes? But just watching their face and how things change, and Lord, I talk to them all the time. I started a female veteran class back in COVID and 2020 online, and I text them all the time. They're some of the ones that came into the video. It was my first time meeting some of them in person. Was during the Idol.
Okay.
Yes, so I was bawling that whole day.
Yeah, it was emotional for me just to even watch it, and I was just like, wow, way to like flex these like songwriting muscles, but also some of these guys, especially the men, like not to dog on guys, but they're not going to therapy, and like how therapeutic for them to have that, how important. So thank you for that, by the way. Like amazing. Like
I'm happy that I get to be a part of it, and you know, they've done so much for us, and you know, I wouldn't be able to be here today if it wasn't for their sacrifice. And I think one of my biggest regrets is not getting to write my grandpa's song, and so just trying to do it a song at a time, you know?
Yeah, that's so wonderful. And then you have all those muscles for writing Redbird.
Yes.
Can you tell us, we asked three things about songwriting. Where were you? What were you thinking? And what were you drinking? And who were you with, like, when that song came about? Because you said you wrote that one on your own?
Redbird, I actually wrote with a couple friends in Nashville. But that song, it's like something that's been passed around through my family is, whenever you see a redbird, it means somebody's watching over with you. That's what my mama said.
Yeah.
And so whenever I wrote that song, I was in Nashville. It was like right after the first episode aired of American Idol, and I went back home, and I was driving to do the watch party with my family. And you know how your family is. They're like so pumped, and I'm like, I'm going to have a heart attack. Like, I don't know how this is going to go. I'm freaking out. And I was like, hey, God, please just give me a sign that everything's going to be okay. Saw a redbird and another one until I got home, and got back to Nashville, wrote this song with two of my really, really good friends, and I was drinking a cup of coffee that morning.
You were, yeah, perfect.
And probably a few teardrops in it, too.
Oh, my gosh, perfect. I love that you in the South call it redbirds because they're cardinals.
Yes.
I've always grown up cardinals, but then I started hearing redbirds, and that fits with the song so much better. Like, it makes it, like, so much more poetic, I think. So it's a beautiful song. I love that. And I felt you're really positive in a lot of your songs, and are you more of an optimist? Do you feel like you're an optimist?
Yeah, I think, you know, like, I think it's always day by day. You know, we'll be like, I'm going to be an optimist today, and then somebody cuts you off in traffic,
and you're swearing
like,
at them,
and you're like, okay, maybe I'm not an optimist now. But I think I always look at the brighter side of life, you know, and I think that really started, you know, when I was telling you, working with veterans, you know, just the way that my whole thinking changed about songwriting and artists, and that's where I get my love and my happiness. And you know, my pa always says, another day I get to wake up is a good day, and I definitely have that kind of mindset.
Yeah, and that's in the song that's on country radio now. Let's talk about that one. Where were you? What were you thinking? What were you drinking when that song came about?
Yes. Okay. So
Ain't always about you. Wait,
ain't about you.
Okay, that's okay. Ain't about you.
Ain't about you. But this song, I wrote it a couple years ago. It was right before Idol or anything that happened, and a lot of my friends were getting record deals and publishing deals, and I was falling pretty far behind. And I was like, Lord, like, am I doing the right thing with my life? And kind of overthinking everything in a span of 5 minutes. And I know I played a show that day and wrote a song and got back to the house, and I was like, why do I feel like I need to write another one? And grabbed a guitar, and I call this one my 45-minute conversation with Jesus, and this is the song that kept me in Nashville. I was like, am I supposed to leave? Is this going to work out? I was drinking probably something out of a glass bottle.
Okay, fair enough.
And this song just means everything to me. And little did I know, a week later, I'd end up auditioning for the show, and everything would completely 180. And this song is my whole heart, and it ain't about you.
It's such a good song. And I felt like it could be such an anthem for so many other people in Nashville or anywhere, really.
Yeah.
Because you're trying to figure, sometimes you're like, am I on the right path? Am I doing the right thing? And that's what that song meant to me, too. So,
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I feel like so much of the time we're always worried about what's coming next, what's going on tomorrow.
Yeah.
And, everything could change, and I think that's the beauty in it.
yeah, 100%. Well, thank you so much for talking
thank
with me.
you. I love
Absolutely
you.
Yay. Huntergirl.
Thank you. Your hair looks great.
Oh, your hair looks great. Put curls in it. Oh, my God.